Hello and welcome to this TSN training guide. In this guide, I'm going to talk through the process of docking with various ships and stations in the TSN Sandbox. I've selected Helm, Science and Comms and Logistics on this light cruiser because these are the consoles that I'm going to be using for docking procedures. We'll also take a look at docking with star bases as well as auxiliary ships to see the similarities and differences between the two. Let's start with docking at the station. Here you can see I'm next to station 0 in the Freya system. I'm going to turn towards it. I'm 3k away currently, so I won't be able to dock at this distance, but I need to do some things before I move into range of it. First of all, I'm going to go to Science and Communications. To dock at this base, I need to select this base and open the communications menu. I've not had any contact with this base, so I need to hail them first. And then I want to request that information. As soon as I request that information, I can get their dock access code. I can also get some more details on here about what facilities they provide. So you can see in the opening text, it says that their docking tethers are active. That means I can actually dock there and they're available for use, which means that I am allowed, I've got permission to dock there. They also say that their energy systems can supply us with power and that they can provide additional support repairing our shield systems. Below this is summarized in the available facilities, so they have docking available with refuel and repair. If they didn't have docking available, this wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be able to dock with that target. If they did, but they weren't able to refuel my ship, then refuel wouldn't be there. We'll have a look at a couple of those stations later on. Finally, the bit that I really need is this dock access code. If I'm given this dock access code, I can use it to configure my docking ports to be able to dock with this station. I enter it up here on the comms screen, so this code is 75003. And then I click confirm, and the dock access code updates here. That means I can now dock at this station. So I'm going to move forward with my helm to fly close to it. When I'm within 600, I'll be able to dock at this station. So within 600, I need to be at an all stop. Shields need to be off, and then I can initiate dock. The tractor beam activates and it pulls me into the station. You can see my energy is already recharged. My shield forward and aft are at 100%, but there'll be a little bit of a boost from the base to be able to recharge this at this base. When I'm docked at a base, I can also transfer different cargo to and from that base. So if I go into my logistics screen, this is my ship cargo bay, and this is the cargo bay of the station I'm docked to. You can see there's quite a lot of different things aboard this station. I might want to pull out some torpedo casings, some warheads, and some guidance systems, if they've got any. Doesn't look like they have any guidance systems. That's a shame. But I can use my own guidance systems in my cargo bay. I can pick some up somewhere else. My AMC later. I can also take some damage control teams and transfer them into my ship's personnel. So this cargo now is aboard my ship. So I've got some additional warheads here. I've got some torpedo casings and I have my own 6 guidance systems. I can use these later for my AMC. Whilst I'm docked, you can see I'm unable to activate my impulse and my warp, so those are disabled, so I have to release dock before I can move away. I've released dock, and now I can maneuver and leave this base. Okay, next up, I have ahead of me a Lion class supply ship. This is an auxiliary ship with the TSN, and I want to dock with this to transfer cargo from it. It's a friendly ship, so it means that I'll be able to dock with it. A supply ship like this is only going to provide me with cargo, so I'm not going to be able to get any energy from it unless it has particular functions aboard. So first off, I'm going to move into range of this ship, slow down a little bit so I don't go past it, and I'm going to go into science and comms. I can hail the ship and I can find out about what is aboard that ship, so it gives me an idea. There's 10 tactical arrays, 1 AMC, and 5 warheads that I'll have access to. There's nothing else that I need to do here. I don't need to configure dock access codes for an auxiliary ship because it's not a star base. I'm going to continue moving on course. And when I'm within 600, I'm going to come to an all stop and initiate the dock. Again, the docking tether activates and I'm pulled towards the ship. Now that docking's finished, I can go to my logistics screen, and here you can see there's the target cargo bay. So that's the ship that I'm docked to, and you can see I can take the 5 warheads from it. I can also deposit cargo onto that ship if I want, say if I want to unload things that I no longer need, and I can send personnel aboard that ship as well. To undock, same procedure as last time, I just release dock and then I can move away as normal. Alright, the final part of this video, I'm just going to look at 2 more bases. I've got 2 bases that I've created here. The first one is Alpha Base. I've already contacted Alpha Base. You can see that when I've contacted Alpha Base, they say that their docking tethers are inactive and unavailable for use. This means that I cannot dock at all at the Alpha Base. If I look at this next base, however, Kappa Base, I can hail them, I can request their information, and it says that their docking tethers are active and available for use. The energy systems, however, cannot supply with power, and they can't provide additional support repairing shield systems. So when I dock, I'll just be able to look at their cargo and load that. I can request their manifest, and you can see they have no cargo available at present. So there'll be no point docking there unless I wanted to transfer cargo onto that station. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope that was a useful video and shows you how docking works in the TSN Sandbox.